Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and this is my beautiful wife, Corey Silva.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty and Silva Lending, and we've been in the real estate and mortgage industry since the early 2000s, and we're super excited to have you all here with us. Welcome to the second week of February. We are zooming through this month. Did you know that February happens to be the shortest month of the year?
I mean, I guess I did, but I don't really think about it.
No, I don't.
You know?
I mean, who doesn't know that? You learned that in first grade, right?
You learn a bunch of stuff in first grade that I don't know now.
I mean, Chris doesn't even know the colors of the rainbow.
I don't know the primary colors.
He doesn't know about Roy G. Biv, but it's all good.
Roy G. Biv, I don't know what you're talking about.
28 days, and this month is gone. So it's zooming through.
All right, let's leap on into the next month. Is it the leap year? I don't know about the leap years either. We're going to have to look this up later.
Okay, let's just hop on to it
Let's
then.
hop on. Keep it going.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. If you can, just drop a comment. I'm sorry we started a little bit late today. We had some technical difficulties, but we're glad we're here with you. And Chris has some exciting real estate news to share. Hey, there's Lulu. Hi, Lulu.
Hey, Lulu.
Thanks for joining us and for always supporting us. We are going to be seeing them very soon. I can't
Super
wait.
excited about that.
Yes.
Can't wait. Miss my sissy.
Yes.
Yeah, so we do have some really exciting news. So December was the best December we've ever had.
Yes.
January was the best January we ever had.
Yes.
And February is shaping up to be the best February we've ever had. So
super,
back to back.
Super thankful for all of our clients and friends.
Thank you.
We appreciate you so much, and family too, of course. And speaking of family, Tanya's here. Hi,
Hey,
Tanya.
Tanya.
Thanks for joining us and always showing your support. We appreciate you. But yes, it's been amazing. I am just super grateful, aren't you?
Of course. I mean, I don't know. The whole show is called Relationships in Real Estate, right? Like we couldn't do what we do without the great relationships that we have.
Yes.
And we just appreciate everybody so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So Valentine's Day is fast approaching, and it falls on Tuesday this year. Does anyone have any fun Valentine's Day plans, or just Valentine's Day plans in general? Are you hoping that someone will have some plans for you?
Hint.
Have you booked a table at your favorite restaurant, possibly?
So
Maybe picking up some chocolates. Favorite bottle of wine?
we already have like bottles of wine on deck at the house. The favorite bottles of wine on deck.
That's true. That's true.
And chocolates, no problem. Could do that. And we actually can go to the Oaks Country Club. There's still seats.
Oh, did you already check it out?
Yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
But we'll
I
need
did
a sitter.
See that. You do need a sitter for that.
So that's
I just
up to
don't
you.
know. It just seems like so much to do for a day where it's going to be all crazy and then just get a sitter. I don't know.
Like, who celebrates Valentine's Day? I'm sorry, but like, is this more of a dating thing? Is it a bigger deal when you're dating? You know what I
don't
mean?
know.
Like, you got to go all out for, you're still dating. You haven't got married yet.
I mean, I just feel like every day you should just celebrate your love, right? Why do you
Sure.
have to go on this commercialized day and spend all this money and deal with all these people that have high expectations about a day filled with love? Oh, you're going to show your love because you have to go sit and fight and wait in line for an hour to eat some dinner? That don't sound like fun to me.
Right. And then it's busy. We have Holly's here with us.
Hi,
Hey,
Holly. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
It's
you so much.
So good to see that you're here on the show with us. And thank you for the compliment. We appreciate you. But yeah, we're talking about Valentine's Day. So do you all go out? Do you want to go out? I don't know. For me, I feel like a fun night at home with a home cooked meal with a lot of love put into
Well,
it.
I like home cooked meals.
Yes.
Keep talking.
Keep talking. Maybe some surprise desserts brought home by the hubby, or maybe the kids helped you make something. I'm dropping all these hints on what I want.
I'm taking it all in. I'm taking it all
Just
in.
taking it all in. Don't spend any money on the overpriced flowers. Get me those either the week before or after, or just shower me with flowers every week.
We've had flowers
Just bring
on deck
flowers
at the
all the
house.
time.
There's been flowers.
Celebrate every day like it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you know what? Just going out, because I remember when we used to do this, right? We used to try to go out on Valentine's Day.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
When?
We've been married for 17 years, so it was before
Right.
we were married. And we'd try to go out to Valentine's Day, and it was always busy. So, like, no matter where you went, you're waiting for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Food's not the best anyway. it's so crazy busy that like, they're just rushing anyway, right? Everything's crowded. Just it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I don't remember fun Valentine's Day like dates.
I don't know. I just feel like if it's like a thoughtful idea put together, to me, that means more than going out somewhere. Cute little picnic, go stargazing. Okay, I'm dropping all these hints for you.
There's
okay?
a lot of expectations that have just been set.
Hey, you're always asking me like, I can't read your mind. You got to tell me what you want. Well, there you go. This is what I want.
So Holly says her husband's working that day.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's about the kids. I agree.
It is about the kids.
It has shifted about the kids.
It has. So, of course, we're helping the kids prepare their Valentines because they're passing them out at school. So that's a big ordeal. And our kids, I don't know about anybody else who has kids out there, they like to do a lot of arts and crafts.
They love it.
And they love to make things not only just, for their teachers, which they love their teachers,
right.
but also grandma and their aunties, and of course, mom and dad. So we have a lot of fun with them getting those prepared. And they're at that stage now where they just kind of roll with it and come up with some fun ideas, right?
Right.
And they love to bake.
They love to bake.
They made a heart cake the other day.
So sweet.
Yes,
oh, yeah, we have a video
sweet.
next week.
Yes. So I agree with you, Holly, on that. And Holly said at Elevate Church, we always had a Valentine's event. We did fun stuff then. Oh, that's pretty cool.
And speaking of Elevate Church, I'm actually going to be having breakfast with Mauricio on Thursday.
Yes,
Pretty
that's
cool.
Awesome. So I don't know. Valentine's Day, again, like I said, I feel like every day should just be celebrated.
There you go.
We spread the love every day.
Spread it.
So some exciting news. In just about a month, on March 12th, daylight savings is coming back. Yay. I like that time of year.
So we lose an hour of sleep. Now, things go back to normal. Does that mean the sun just stays out longer? Yeah, right?
I mean, well, the days get longer as the year progresses. But yes, it's just a different setting of time.
So that means I'm going to be out later showing property, I think.
Possibly, yes.
There's no point in seeing property in the dark. Like, we could do it, but then we're going to go out and do it again. Because you can't make an offer on a house that you see in the dark.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea. So anybody else excited about regular time and getting this daylight savings time back? Drop us a comment below. And then Holly said Monday morning the 13th, we're doing Valentine's pancakes. Oh, that's so sweet. Do you make them in the heart shape? Or do you have the little shapes and you do X's and O's? I see people doing that.
I never do shapes, but I need to.
Yes.
I think the kids will enjoy it more. But now the kids are getting involved, right? They love making pancakes now.
Speaking of pancakes, we just splurged and we bought one of these big, I know it's a little off topic, but we got one of those big cooking
It's a griddle.
tops.
It's like a big cooktop for the whole stove.
Yes, because Chris makes pancakes and he complains about, gosh, if I just had more space, I can make all the pancakes at once.
Right.
So we're getting prepared for April because at Easter time, it's our we do a family breakfast. So maybe you should try it out for Valentine's Day.
I'll do a test run. Okay, that's a great idea.
Make some heart-shaped pancakes. That'll be awesome.
For dinner?
No, for breakfast. You're making me breakfast and you're going to prepare lunch.
Breakfast for dinner.
No. And I'll make dinner. I got you, boo.
Okay. I'll leave that out so then you can make like some you can make some like Benihana style like steak and I'm getting excited.
Only if I get my hands like that.
Like this? Yeah. Well, they do the chopping, right? I don't know.
Oh, you're so funny. So Holly said, yes, we have a kitchen thing. Oh, that's so awesome.
Cool.
So fun. So catching up with the Silvas. We've had like a pretty crazy past week, like every week, right?
The whole year has been nonstop every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've had a day to like chill, which is fine.
That's fine. You could chill later.
It's this crazy thing called life, which we enjoy every day.
Yes.
But how do parents handle injuries? Like when their kids get injured, how do you guys handle that? Because what happened with us?
We had a very eventful weekend. So as you all know, we have family dinners, right? And the kids were having fun with their cousin, and they made up a whole game with blankets all over the floor. And they're playing Floor is Lava, right?
Kids love Floor is Lava.
They love Floor is Lava. But
then you got dog hair on everything.
Dog hairs on
everything they put on the
blankets.
ground. There's dog hair on everything.
More cleaning. So I'm always like, be careful. Someone's gonna slip and fall. I never like them playing on the stairs, but somehow they moved the Floor is Lava onto the staircase and made a game about how many stairs they could clear. And whoever got the most stairs was like the winner.
I mean, Didn't you play that when you were little? I played who could jump off the most stairs before. Not at home. I didn't have.
Well, I didn't have stairs at home, so I don't know.
The apartment building I grew up in, we had stairs, and we would see how many stairs we could jump off of too.
Well, we didn't find this out till later. We did see the kids run and get ice for Nola because she got injured, and come to find out, she cleared 5 steps and injured her ankle. Thank goodness she didn't break it, but the girl could not walk on her foot all
Her
weekend.
ankle was huge.
It was so swollen. We thought she may have broke it. So, of course, Monday morning comes around and had to go to the doctor. Then they referred us to get an x-ray. And I mean, I feel so bad for her because she was in a lot of pain. But then I'm just like, oh, man, I want to just tell her, like, now you're going to jump off those stairs again? Why does mommy always say, don't be jumping on the stairs?
I mean, she might have learned her lesson. We'll see.
I hope so. But
and then to make matters worse, so the other night, the kids they stay together when it's bath time. Like they take turns in the shower. One of them will be watching TV in our room. They take showers in our room, and then the other one will be in the shower. Well, we hear this loud crash. Corey and I are downstairs having dinner. We hear a loud crash. We run up there. Santino slipped and fell and hit his head and bumped his elbow in the shower. He had like the biggest knot on his head.
Oh, it was horrible. Thank goodness there was no blood because that kid
He had a little blood.
Lost
He had a
it.
little blood on the elbow.
No, from his head.
Oh yeah, he would have lost it.
Would have lost it. So poor guy had a head injury. We were afraid to let him go to sleep. We're
Right.
like, you got to stay
We
up.
stayed up till like 9:45.
It was
that
so
night,
late that night. Oh my gosh. So that was what, Sunday night?
That was Sunday night.
Yeah. So weekends. Monday night. It was just craziness. 2 injuries within 2 days.
Yeah.
Both kids like feeling like caca.
So because of that,
horrible.
No jujitsu for Nola anyway, because bad ankle. She needs a week off of it, the doctor said. But then with Santino, I was like, he has a head injury. He's going to be rolling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's not a good idea. So he definitely missed one day. He might miss tomorrow. We're not sure.
We're going to see.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see if he still has swelling or whatnot. But it makes me think of one of my buddies that was boxing. He had like a head injury. He like bumped into a door or something.
Right.
And then didn't take any time off, went to boxing, did some sparring, and then had a brain bleed.
Oh, it's so scary.
So like, it's scary. Yeah. So there's no point to rush him.
Yeah.
Hey, when he's ready, he'll go back. He'll go back maybe next week.
Yes. Well, thank goodness they're both doing well. Nola didn't have a broken bone. She was hobbling around, but guess what? She made it to school today. So that was interesting. She's very dramatic.
I wonder where she gets it from.
I wonder. Jeez, from this guy. So anyways, kids are getting back on track. Last week I had dinner with one of my really good friends, Stephanie. For those of you who watched the show last week, she's the owner of SEV Pack Walk. And it was cool catching up with her because her business has really grown over the years. And I just love cheering for my friends who have good vibes, positive energy, are go-getters, just trying to, do better for themselves. So her business is doing amazing. And I just love hearing about the relationship she forms, right? And her business as well, because she deals with a lot of dogs because it's a pack walk. But it's funny because she tells me, the problem dogs aren't usually the dogs that have the issues. Usually it's the owners. So it's fun to like hear what she has to say, and just had a great time with her and shared similar stories about our business and just trying to grow our business and still be present with our clients and our families. So it was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, it's so important to surround yourself around like-minded people with good energy.
Yes.
I have zero time for soul-sucking people. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's
hard.
I don't have energy for it. I don't have energy for negativity. Like I just have to be around positive people.
People who are going to uplift you and have similar visions, right?
Somebody gave me this great visual, and I really live my life by it, right? And it was talking about who you associate with, and it was basically saying, imagine yourself at the ocean floor, and everybody that you associate yourself with, you're tied to with a rope. Now you got to swim to the top to get air and to live, right? If somebody's not helping you swim to the top, you need to cut that line.
It's true.
And it sounds so simple, but I think a lot of people have a hard time cutting bait with relationships, right?
Right.
Look, just because you've known somebody for 10 plus years doesn't mean that you need to be friends the rest of your life. You know,
Sometimes relationships just grow, and maybe they'll grow together, maybe they'll grow apart, and then you could still coexist apart and still be similar.
Right.
But if you're going to opposite ways, it's like, that's
you,
time.
you wish that friend well, and you just keep it pushing, right? Like you're not meant to know everybody forever, and
Right.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to enjoy what you had and move on. But yeah, I'm attracted to really good energy, and
Yes.
that's really the people that I hang out with.
Yes.
You know, and it's different than what I have done in my whole life, right? I'm used to my same core group of friends, which I still stay in contact with and I love.
Yes.
But, you know, I don't hang out as much. It changes when you have kids and all that stuff, right?
For sure. For sure. I couldn't agree more. I'm attracted to that positive energy. I want to be with people who make me feel good.
Yeah.
Why do you want to feel bad? Life
Don't
is
wanna
way
feel
too
bad.
short. So Tanya said, OMG, poor babies. I know, our poor sweet babies. I feel so bad for them. And Evelyn said, poor babies, glad they're doing much better. And yes, I couldn't agree more because, I mean, you feel bad when your kids are hurt.
Yeah. Especially my little princess. And then
Oh, geez.
my little baby girl. And then Santino, man, that was a serious thing. Like he could have got really hurt. His
Yeah.
head was all swollen.
Oh, Lord.
Ugh.
It's
Head
gonna be
injuries are scary.
It's gonna be fun today when I go take him to get his hair cut.
So
I
I'll be
gotta-
home like at 4:30 right
gotta-
after the haircut.
I gotta tell the barber to go easy on him.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Fun times for mom.
We should just give him that Mark Davis cut. From
No.
Raiders, the little bowl cut.
No.
We'll put a bowl on his head and he could just go.
No, heck no. That's horrible.
Or we could give him a low fade. He could just not cut in that section of his
I'll
head.
talk to him. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
So, speaking of friends that you've had for a long time, you were able to get together with one of your friends, David, that you've known since second grade.
Yeah,
Reconnect with
so
him.
anybody that knows me, I do have a lot of old friends, right? So David Estrada was like my best friend in elementary school, and I'm talking about like first, second grade type stuff. And I used to go to his house all the time. My grandmother and his parents lived really close to each other, so we would ride. Shit, now that I'm thinking about it, we used to ride the bus because it was kind of close. It was like Laurel Canyon and Van Owen, if anybody knows the valley, to like Laurel Canyon and Roscoe, right? I would just jump on a bus on the RTD, if anybody knows about the RTD, not R2D2, RTD, and then it turned into like the MTA. But I would just jump on the bus. I was like 8 years old. Jump on the bus by myself.
Yeah,
No big deal.
Santino would not be jumping on no bus.
No big deal. We're talking about public bus, right? Like no big deal. That's just part of it. But anyhow, we recently reconnected. He actually made it to the fall festival, and he has him and his brothers and his dad have a huge electrician business, but they do commercial electrician work. Anyhow, he's looking at purchasing another place, so we were talking about that. But it was cool to reconnect and to start thinking about some of this stuff I haven't thought about in 30 years. I've known the guy for 35 years. That's insane. I'm 42.
How old are you?
I think 42, right? It's a whole other
He
story.
always forgets.
I always
how old he
add
is.
like an extra year to my age for some reason. Don't ask me why. I just feel old, I guess.
Right. Well, I love that you're able to connect with old friends, right? It's nostalgic and it brings back good memories. And I love that your friends are on similar paths, right? Doing good things. So
Absolutely, yeah. He's a super positive person, and that's why we had lunch and we hit it off, right? Those are people that I'm attracted to.
Yes, of
good energy
course.
people. That's what it's about.
Course. So we mentioned that we had family dinner over the weekend, and we love family dinner because it brings all of us together. We feel like it's so important to, some people don't get to see their family unless it's for like big events like holidays and stuff.
Right.
But for us, I love that it's so tight knit and we get to all grow together and share experiences and cook together. That just feels, I don't know. It's something special, I feel like, that we have.
It's really nice. I like the tradition of having it every week. Sometimes it's even extended family, right? Like they'll bring friends or guests, and we're totally cool with that. And when people try to make plans with us on Saturday, we're like, we're having family dinner, but if you want to come, you can come.
Yeah, come join us.
Come join us.
Lulu will be there soon, so
I
I
know,
can't
I
wait
can't
till
wait.
she joins us. Any other highlights we had from that day? We were just playing games, right?
We brought her on the
injury.
show last week, that Five Alive.
Right.
We're playing a lot of Five Alive. We usually play Scrabble. We like playing Scrabble. We kind of phased out Phase 10. We used to do Phase 10 all the time. But it's if anybody knows of any other cool games like that,
Let us
Let
know.
us know because we have a good time. And, you know, there's healthy banter and trash talk. It's usually like the couples, not us really trash talking, but it's like
Oh
couples
no,
trash talk each other.
he likes to poke me every now and then so I can
Oh, yeah, girl.
stop.
You walked right into that one. Sorry.
Jeez Louise. Anyways, so after our crazy week, you know, it felt like it was a whole week of stuff, but really Monday was just so busy and crazy because of doctor appointments for Nola, going to an x-ray place. Then of course that morning, guess what?
Flat
Got a
tire.
flat tire. So sometimes I think that you can either take all these challenges at once and be like, oh, why me? Not Monday. I got all this stuff going on. A sick kid, two injured kids, a flat tire, and then just sit there and cry about it. But I'm just like, I told Chris the other day, what challenge is going to come next? What can we take on?
Bring it on. It was all good. So we turned a negative into a positive, divide and conquer. We went nuts that day. So we accomplished a lot. Took Nola to those 2 doctor's appointments, Tino to school, obviously.
Flat tire, got the tires replaced.
Got all 4 tires replaced.
that's good.
And for Tesla tires, like you can't get them anywhere. There's like a tire shortage. So to get that size tire, they didn't have them in stock anywhere. But Big John's tires
Yes.
on Creekside in Valencia, they were able to order them from some other location and pick them up within 2 hours. So we got that done. Like,
I love that place. That tire place, it's like I know it's family owned.
right.
And they always take really good care of you. You know, sometimes you'll go to a tire place and maybe you have a nail in your tire and they'll charge you a bunch of money to either replace it or fix it. They usually fix it for free or $20 or something.
It's $25, but yes, they have fixed them for free in the past. And it's because we've been going there 20 years, right?
Yes.
We've been going there a long time. They have record of all the cars we've ever had. Anyhow, I love family owned businesses. I think they're like the Vander, I don't know their names.
Van Deventers.
Van Deventers.
Yeah, I went to school with the sister.
But all good people, man. What a great family. And always like, it just feels like you're at a extended family place when you go there. I love it. They know how to treat people. So I heard it's a little bit more expensive than like American tires, but not much. But for me, it's worth the premium.
Yes, for sure. So after we did all that, we had some fun and we were able to do our Valentine's Day video with the kids.
Yeah.
Even though Nola
we did that day too. So
it was nonstop.
It's a lot of work to do a video with the babies, but it was done.
Yes.
We knocked it out.
Yes.
We knocked out the park.
It was a lot of fun. Poor Chris. Okay, so we splurged a little bit that night and got dinner, takeout from one of our favorite sushi spots,
Kinza.
And this guy, he can't do sushi anymore. Like the spices just totally mess him up.
Well, for me, like, yes, the fish is such an integral part of it, right? But the sauces is what makes it taste like it takes it to that next level where it's amazing, right?
Right.
Well, but all the good sauces are spicy.
They're messing him up.
So I could eat spicy, no problem. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need water. That's not the case. The problem is now I'm 42 and I pay for it with indigestion and like I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack later.
His body is breaking down.
And then I woke up with like the worst stomach ache later too. Like
He's
just
all
I
mad in the morning.
I had a
you
bomb
could eat that
going on in
yourself if you ever want it again. I'm like, oh.
I wasn't mad. See how she puts extra on this? She's putting that extra spicy on it because we're talking about spices.
I said, spicy.
Babe, I'm like, baby, you still have leftover, a bunch of leftover stuff in the fridge because I put it away for you, right? But I'm like, I can't eat that anymore. You're gonna have to eat it without me. It's just we're paying all that money. And yes, I enjoy it while I'm eating it. It tastes really good.
But then you regret it after.
But then I regret it every single time after because I got the heart, the chest pain, and then my stomach's all upset because of the spiciness. It's just not worth it.
This explains a lot. This is why like older people like to go places where it's bland food.
But I don't like bland food either.
Mess up their tum-tum.
Well, it's just spiciness, right? You can make food taste good without just putting hot sauce on it.
That's
right.
True. Or it's sriracha.
Yeah,
That's
sriracha
the
sauce.
Sriracha sauce.
So I don't need to have that. Like the ponzu, all that other stuff is.
And
good.
the jalapenos get them too. Poor guy.
The jalapenos get me too.
I love all that. So delicious.
Again, it tastes good. And does it make any sense to anybody out there that you should have a pill after dinner?
No.
For your body to be right? Like, I don't want to have pills. I don't like taking stuff. I'm not going to take, whatever, Tums or just so I can have sushi. I just won't have it.
Yeah. Cut it out. I have some friends
Cut it out.
Thank you, Full House. What was his name?
Was it Joey? I think it was Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
But he didn't talk like that. He wasn't a Joey. That was the other guy. That was John Stamos. Was like the hey.
Yeah, no, he didn't talk like that either.
He was like a wannabe Fonz.
No, he was not.
He was like Fonzie with a
He was
a
Fonzie
mullet.
2.0.
Fonzie 2.0 with the mullet.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Now you threw me off track. I was going to tell you something, but that's all good. So speaking of mudslides.
Oh boy. So yeah, that was me the next day, mudslides, right? So speaking of mudslides.
In some local news, has everyone heard about this? Their homes are sliding down the hill in Skyline. The Skyline community over in Canyon Country.
Does anybody, all right, so if anybody doesn't know where Skyline is, Skyline's off of Plum Canyon. They built a huge community there, right? And this has been going on for like the last, 10 years?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and there's a bunch of different builders there. There was Toll Brothers, Tri-Point.
Did D.R. Horton build over there?
I don't know if D.R. Horton built there. KB built some homes there too. But the only people that are still selling homes there are Tri-Point.
Right.
Right. So they're going to be most affected by this, I think. So there are, I don't know how many houses. I want to say like 6 houses that got yellow tagged. Let me explain what that means. Yellow tag means you can go into your home to pick up your belongings,
right?
But you can't live in it.
No, it's dangerous. The whole hillside slid down, now, almost up to the house. So their backyards are like gone.
You want to hear something messed up?
What? Uh-oh, he got some word on the street.
Yes. So for landslides like that, there's no insurance that covers it.
No.
Insurance does not cover landslides.
Are you kidding?
I'm 100%. I talked to the man,
oh no,
Henry Rodriguez over at State Farm this morning. We were talking about it. I was like, so what does that look like for insurance? He goes, dude, there is no insurance for landslides. Because if it was an earthquake, there's earthquake insurance. There's not landslide insurance. So those poor people need to go back to the builder.
How awful. I feel so bad for them. Can you imagine you finally like save up all your money, you get your first home, or maybe it's like your move up home, your final home, like your dream home, and you're living there and all of a sudden the ground starts to move. Oh, sorry, you don't have insurance. Good luck. Go deal with the builder.
That means if you can't live there, you're pretty much, if you don't have the money, you're pretty much homeless, because if you had insurance, they would pay for you to stay in a hotel.
Right. So where are they staying? Family members, maybe?
Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, that's awful.
And I saw that video, like the yard, the land that's fallen is right. It's dropping the gate to the backyard. So it's like right butting up against the house. I don't know what they're going to do to fix that, but man, that's scary, scary stuff. And you know, we live on a hill. We live in Hillside Village.
Yes.
And we had some problems with the neighbors down below, the street down below us, that had some issues with
they had some settling issues with the soil. So yeah, that's terrible. Well, good thing the builder's still there, if that's their builder, because then they can actually get some things done. But what if it's a builder that's maybe not around anymore? I don't think there are any that have gone.
No, there's none like that are out of business or anything. They're still all there. So I hopefully it's Tri-Point, because if it is, they have crews there. At least they can start working on it. But I'll have more information on that next week.
It's still new and developing.
It's still new and developing. But you know,
good thing no one was in the house and the house didn't come down. That's most important. People are still safe.
So it wasn't to this effect, but there's homes in Southern Oaks. It's right above Southern Oaks off of Old Stone Way. I can't put this on one builder because there was multiple developers there.
Yeah, that graded the land over time. The original people who graded that land actually ended up foreclosing on the property.
Okay.
And then another developer came in. I think it may have changed 2 or 3 times.
But it settled on Williams Homes.
And then Williams Homes finished off the project with some homes. And there were some issues there too with the soil.
But the crazy part is, so there was soil issues. These are people that like had pools, and then the pools were leaking because the ground was settling.
Yikes.
You can go back, and Google Maps hasn't changed it. They still have these homes that are, one that was recently sold and one that's on the market right now for like $2.2 million. It shows a pool there, but there's no longer a pool there because of the ground issues, right? That's crazy. And people are like, oh, 2.2 million. I don't think they know.
Well, they have to know, and it's actually disclosed on that MLS. They do have all the reports on there because I did take a look at it.
Oh, okay.
So the seller has to disclose that information.
Well, yeah, they have to, but I didn't. Sometimes you might not know until you get into escrow.
Well, no, not in this case, because the listing agent did put all that information.
Well, good for him.
Yes, it's a good listing agent. He knows how to disclose things. So, but yeah, it's so crazy. All these little things you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. The people are safe, and hopefully they're able to get their homes back eventually, soon.
Hope so.
Sooner than later.
Hope so.
So catching up with TV and movies. Drop some comments below on your favorites on what you're watching right now. We have been catching up on The Last of Us. Did everyone else get the latest episode like we did?
Well, we haven't been catching up because we haven't missed a beat.
No, we have
We're
not.
watching it every Sunday. This Friday, they're having a show on Friday instead of Sunday, so we don't have to wait till Sunday this week.
Oh, nice. I wonder why they're doing that. Maybe because Super Bowl's coming up?
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
But HBO is reporting the audience is growing week after week, and we are hooked.
Yeah, it's not like it's not quite Game of Thrones hooked.
Yeah.
But, it's caught our interest.
Right.
We're watching it. I like seeing the relationship between the girl and the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know their names. Even though I watch it every week, I don't know their names.
The
But
girl and the guy, and we watch it with subtitles.
And we watch it
you
with
should
subtitles because
you
it's
should know
it's
their
late
names.
at night. It's late at night because the kids are asleep. But anyhow, it's Joel and Ellie.
L, isn't it?
L? I don't know.
Is it L or
L.
Ellie?
L. Anyhow,
Ellie. It is Ellie.
I like their dynamic, right? And I don't want to give away much of the show, so I'm not going to talk about specific things that they say to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But their chemistry is growing,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they're starting to trust each other and like each other more as the season goes on.
Watch the show and you'll find out why. So Tanya said, yes, we watched them all, and she told us who it was, Joel and Ellie.
Thank you.
So Pedro Pascal, who is Joel in the show, he hosted Saturday Night Live this past weekend. Did anyone get a chance to check it out?
Does anybody watch SNL anymore? Like,
I used to watch it. I haven't watched it in forever.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
When it was funny.
Oh, it's terrible. They do have some funny parts, right? You'll see some highlights every now and then.
I follow, I don't know the guy's name, and Michael Che or Che.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? The news report.
Michael Shea,
whatever his name is. I follow the news reports where they write each other's jokes.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty funny.
That's hilarious. But I could catch that on their IG page.
Yeah.
So I don't need to watch the show for that. It's in my reels, right? I love it. So, no, I didn't see it, but I heard they had a real funny skit of Mario Kart meets Last of Us, like end of the world type thing. So I do want to check that out. I'll check that out after the show.
Yes, I'm going to check it out too.
Maybe if it's funny, we'll share it on our page.
Right. So for Chris and I, when we want to wind down at the end of the day, our jam is pretty much put on a show to try to catch up and kind of like relax a bit and kind of, there's so much stresses in the day. So we're finally able to watch the biggest movie on Netflix right now. I don't know if you've heard of it, but You People, starring Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy. And oh my gosh, was it as good as the hype? And I don't know about you, but I didn't even know about all this hype. It was so funny. That show had me cracking up last night.
Well, the movie, it's not a show.
Movie, sorry.
Well, you got to let people know because you're not investing more than whatever the time is for the movie. So you're watching it once. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was hilarious. And the dynamic, like what they were talking about, is so relevant today, right?
Yes.
So the guy is a podcaster. Well, that's what he wants to be.
Right.
Which is funny because we're on a podcast right now. But he has a podcast with his best friend who happens to be a black African-American, a lesbian African-American woman, right? And they have like really good banter, and they're really just talking about black culture and hip hop,
right,
and how it affects that. Their whole life is revolving around that,
right?
But he's a Jewish guy, right? That grew up in Westwood. So it's a rom-com. That's 2023 rom-com, and Corey loves rom-coms.
It was so funny. I was laughing so hard. I was afraid I was going to wake the kids up. You guys have to check it out. It was really funny. It has good music in it. And then they have these really uncomfortable like parts where you just want to press mute or change it, but then it's funny and you're like, I got to keep watching.
It's embarrassing.
Like
You're
David Duchovny was singing Ordinary People by John Legend, and it was so ridiculously funny. It was so hard to watch.
Whoever casted that did such a great job on the casting, because I think every character, that was a perfect actor and actress for those characters.
Yes.
Like there was nobody who was like, what are they doing? No, David Duchovny to me stole the spotlight because
his obsession with what's his name? Exhibit.
So
So weird.
He keeps talking about Exhibit the rapper. If anybody knows who
I
Exhibit
thought for
is.
sure Exhibit was going to come out on the movie.
I was
but
waiting
he
for him to
didn't.
come out at the end. Like I thought he was going to be in the party, right?
Yeah.
I think that's where they dropped the ball. They should have had Exhibit
They
in
totally
the movie.
should have. Maybe
But-
he was in there. We didn't even see him. I don't know. But my mom is here with us. Hi, Mom.
Hey,
She said,
Mama.
hi, honeys. And Tanya said, what's the name of the movie? It's called You People. Check it out. It's hilarious. And Lulu said, Angel and I saw it. What did you think, Lulu? Did you like it? I feel like for our generation, it's very relatable, right? Because
100%.
they're our age group. And then it was funny to see all these actors who used to be big when we were young. Now they're playing the parents.
The parents.
It's just funny. It was a good show.
Yeah, so
a
it's-
good
so-
movie. Sorry.
So Nia Long is Eddie Murphy's wife in there, and Nia Long was a heartthrob for many
I'm like,
years.
she's playing the mom.
and
That's
she's
so
playing the
funny.
mom of a grown woman.
Yes.
Not the mom of like a little baby. Of a
Yes.
grown, so she's like an old mom in the movie, right? And they're like big time Muslims,
Yes.
right? Like his heroes like Farrakhan
Yes.
and Malcolm X, right? And it's funny because obviously Jonah Hill's family, they're Jewish, and there's a clash, right?
Right.
And so the families they could either help this relationship or break it apart, and you
Right.
get to see the whole dynamic in the movie.
I just want to know what fountain Eddie Murphy's drinking from, because he does not age at all. Is he a vampire?
Yes,
He's
the
a
answer is
vampire.
yes. Well, you know what? So he looks amazing. He looks amazing. Can't take anything away from him. But there was one scene. I mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the oldest I've ever seen him look.
Oh, because
And
the
it was-
way the lighting was
It was the
hitting his
lighting that
face.
was hitting his face when he was driving in the car. I was like, that's how old he should look,
Mhm.
right? He actually looked old, and like, I don't know, that director needs to get fired because they just ruined Eddie Murphy. They put 20 years on him on that one scene.
On
No, I'm
that
just
one
kidding.
scene.
Movie was really fun. What I like about it too is they're introducing not new comedians, but like I think there's these comedians that have been on the scene on the stand-up circuit for like the last few years that are getting their chance to be in a movie.
Right.
Now, I don't know the names of all of them. And this guy that I'm going to mention was only in the movie for like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the cocaine dealer in Vegas. And his name is Felipe Esperanza, right? Felipe Esperanza. He's a Mexican comedian. And I've been seeing his reels pop up, like little comedy clips. So after the movie, it was like 12:45.
We're exhausted, but what do? We go and watch his stand-up, and
on Netflix.
He's really funny, but you're watching it and you're like, oh man, I shouldn't even be laughing about this. This is really awkward and dark. Like,
This man,
oh my gosh. Check
Just
him out too.
check him out.
He's funny, but
Felipe Esperanza, and the reason we're talking about him, for me, that it was so relatable, and it's sad that it was relatable, but he turned this trauma, because you could tell this guy's had a lot of trauma in his life.
yes.
He turned this trauma into his comedy skit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's brutal stuff. I mean, I'm just going to share with you like one little story that
Yikes.
actually resonated with me big time,
Mhm.
right? So he's reflecting back of being a kid. He's 9 years old, and his dad's beating up his mom.
Horrible.
Horrible, right? His dad's choking his mom, beating up his mom. His younger brother, who's probably 7 years old, jumps on top of the dad
Mm-hmm.
to save the mom,
Right.
right? So he freezes. He pees himself because he's in terror. This is a comedy skit, you guys. I know this is traumatic stuff, but he freezes. He's in terror of what's happening, and he doesn't do anything. The very next day, he's telling this story on stage. The very next day, the mom has a black eye. His younger brother has a black eye from the dad, and they're sitting on the couch, and the mom's hugging and kissing on his little brother and saying, "Oh, you're my hero. You love your mom. You saved your mom." And then she starts going in on him for not doing anything, and he was 9 years old,
Right.
right? And we could talk about this in a later show, but for those that don't know, like, I come from an abusive household, right? My father was an alcoholic. He used to beat the hell out of my mom, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy figured out, and this poor guy, because you could tell he's on drugs, the comedian
Right,
on
right.
stage, but he's figured out how to make this traumatic experience. He's turning it into something good, right? Because it's part of what he does for a living now.
Right.
Number one.
That's what he knows, so that he's making light of it.
He's making light of it. But these are real things that happen, and you see that dynamic, and everybody's at fault. Obviously, the father's number one,
right,
for being abusive and beating on the wife and the kids, but the mom's at fault too for
reinforcing the behavior
and the trauma on her other son, right? The oldest one, and it took me back to being a kid.
Right.
And it made me relive some stuff, and I was like, wow.
You're like, I don't know if I could keep watching this. This is weird.
It was like you said it. It was like a high-speed chase. Like you couldn't turn it off. I couldn't turn it off.
Now I was telling him, now I know why people are obsessed with watching those high-speed chases, because it was really uncomfortable, and not funny either. But there were some funny parts when he was reenacting it, and I'm just like, you almost feel sorry for the guy.
He made it
relatable.
He made it relatable, and he twisted it to be funny. So he was like, Dad, because now the mom's calling him, this is terrible to say, but I'm going to say it.
Don't even say it.
Well, she's basically calling him a sissy, right? For not helping, right? And so he's poor kid. He was already traumatized, peed himself the night before because his dad's beating up the mom.
Right.
And now his mom is creating more trauma by embarrassing him for not doing anything as a 9-year-old kid, right? So the dad felt bad. So then he takes them all to Disneyland the next day. And this is what happens. I remember this as a kid of, dad beats up mom in a drunken rage the night before.
Right.
The morning happens and the guy's making ham and eggs and making breakfast for everybody to make it okay.
It's not okay.
So like, anyhow, we don't talk about this stuff on the show, and I didn't mean to talk about it, but that stand up, man, took me back to being a kid and seeing that. So there's people to talk to about this stuff. If you guys ever need help with that stuff, or your kids do, I know we meet so many people now. We could point you in the right direction to get the help that you need.
Yes, because that's not okay. That's
so lightening stuff up. We're gonna jump back to some more drama, but this is some Yellowstone drama.
Oh, Yellowstone. Has anyone else been following this? We previously talked about how Kevin Costner's wife wants him to step down from Yellowstone so he could spend more time with his family, which that's awesome. Family time is always good. And I guess the producers are prepared to continue Yellowstone without Kevin Costner. Ooh, dun, dun, dun. Will people still be interested in the show if he leaves?
Well, just think about it. So they are talking about, and this is just rumors, you guys, that what did I say the guy's name is? McConaughey?
Oh.
Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey is going to replace him on the show. All right. Everybody knows who he is. He's a heartthrob, right? Even at his older age, he's still a heartthrob.
I just say cut it off, be done with the show, end it. Matthew, you're better than that. Let's come out with something else new.
Or is he? Because Matthew used to be...
yeah, he's like in a Chevy commercial, isn't he? Or something like that?
He does these car commercials. I think it's Buick or something. Yeah. So, hey, he might be hurt for some cash. He was trying to be a politician in Texas now.
Oh, was he?
And he's a little old for rom-coms now, so he's going to have to start changing.
True.
Yeah, it's time for him to make a change.
He needs to reinvent himself like J-Lo. Remember, he used to be in movies with J-Lo.
Yeah, and that TV money is probably pretty good for like a show like Yellowstone. So he probably, make some good money off of that.
I don't know. If Kevin Costner leaves, will you all still be interested in watching Yellowstone? I don't know about you, but we've kind of already cut it off. I lost interest. I'm not really into it anymore. I know my mom still likes it, but we'd love to hear. Drop a comment or two below. It seems like the spinoffs appear to be doing pretty well, so that's good for them. But that's where we're at with that show. On to other things.
We really haven't. Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else on the planet to watch, we might go back to watching Yellowstone. We were done. I think it was like episode 4 or something. The president is going to the reservation. Mm-hmm. And they killed a couple dogs.
So weird.
It was so strange, right? Anyhow, that was the last show that we saw, and we just kind of got tired of it, so we haven't watched it since.
Well, my mom said she'd keep watching. Yeah,
okay.
She would support.
Well, she's still watching it.
Well, because she's already invested all that time in watching it, she got to see it to the end. Like that's how we were with The Sopranos.
Yeah, well, for us though, we binge watched.
Yes.
So we weren't invested for like years.
Yes.
Like, Mom and Dad have been watching it every season, so they're more emotionally invested into the show than we are.
Oh, these TV shows and movies. So AMC Theaters, I don't know if you heard about this, but they're charging a $2 upcharge for premium line of sight seats. Is that going too far? What do you all think?
Yeah.
I think that's ridiculous.
So you know what's going to happen is nobody's going to go. Nobody's going to pay for those seats. Look, they can't pack theaters anymore.
Right.
It's not a secret. You know, they're releasing these movies like Black Adam, right? It's a huge Dwayne Johnson, The Rock movie.
Oh,
right?
I didn't even hear about it.
It's like last year. And it didn't do that well in the theater. And it was supposed to be like a huge, huge hit that everybody was going to go watch it. It was in the theater for like a week. And then they put it on HBO, right? It's like on HBO right now. Then Disney had a big flop. It's like called Strange World.
Oh, yes.
They put it in the theater on a Friday. It didn't make any money, like hardly any money. They lost so much money on that movie. By Monday, they're already putting it on HBO Plus, right? So it's already hard enough as it is, I think, for these movie, I don't know, companies or studios. Sorry, movie studios. I had a brain fart. For these movie studios to sell tickets, when you start upcharging, how are you going to make money? People are just going to stop going.
Yeah. Why would they go?
Everybody has home theaters at home.
Yeah,
like,
just wait an extra month and then it'll be out.
And then the next generation, like our kids, they can watch it at the theater or they can watch that shit on their iPad. They're going to watch their iPad.
Right.
Or on a cell phone. It's just a different generation.
Right.
So they got to figure out how to keep people in the seats, not raise the prices. That's not how it's going to work.
No.
They got to be more creative than that.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to bring back like the drive-in, probably just because the screen's not as clear to go to a drive-in. The drive-in was fun back in the day. You know, the 90s are coming back and styles and stuff like that. Why don't they bring the drive-ins back? Not profitable enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, but maybe they just need to, instead of investing in the big screen, just have a bigger room and have the Wi-Fi for everybody to watch it on their iPad.
So weird.
I don't know. It's a strange time.
Oh, my mom said, I'll watch the video when it comes out. Which video? Which one?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Angel and I just got to Cinepolis. What is that?
They're driving back over here, so it's probably like a city. They're on their way here. We're going to see them soon.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh, so switching things up a little bit to real estate. We've had some super busy open houses for our listing on Santa Clarita Road this past weekend. You want to tell us a little bit about how that was?
So we had a price reduction, number one. We were listed at $725. We dropped down to $699, $900, which I think is the perfect price for that home. Mm-hmm. And it showed in the open house. We had over 30 people come by that open house.
Wow, that is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. We had a showing today. I haven't looked at my phone, so I don't know how that went, but I do know that they were considering writing an offer.
Awesome.
Right? And we also have a showing scheduled for tomorrow and a showing scheduled for Friday. So I'm hoping by Friday we're in escrow. That's the goal. If not, we might go another weekend and open escrow next week, but I feel like we're really close to getting that one wrapped up.
Awesome. It looks like we had some comments here. So Lulu said, no, it's a movie theater. Laugh out loud.
Okay.
Cinepolis? Cinepop? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, just
and my mom was just saying any movie, she would wait for it to just come out instead of going to a movie
like going
theater.
To the theater.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It could be fun. Like I like watching some movies with the kids in the theater. Like I would like to watch Avatar, the new Avatar in the theater, but it's 3 hours. Like unless they have a break in the middle, I can't. There's no way I'm going to be able to watch the whole movie. The kids are going to want to use the bathroom like a bunch of times. You know?
Right.
It's not going to work.
So we have a new lease coming up, new lease listing coming up in Saugus, and it's a house. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so it's about 2,100 square feet, 3-bedroom plus a loft. There could be a fourth additional room downstairs. Right now it's like an open den.
Okay.
But you could easily put a door on it and put another bedroom downstairs. But that one's coming on probably in a couple weeks. They're doing some work on it right now. Mm-hmm. But that one's going to be for like right around $4,000 a month.
Awesome.
We also had our Pebble Beach listing in West Ridge that we had for $3,800. Mm-hmm. That's only 1,632 square feet, 2-bedroom plus an extra office, golf course view. We had 4 applications on it.
Yes.
3 of them had 740 plus FICO scores, 12,000 plus a month income, and we just leased it out this morning.
Awesome. Congrats to our clients who are owners over there. Happy landlords got what they wanted.
So I'm doing the walkthrough tomorrow on that, giving the keys, getting the cashier's check. So super excited about that. And then, we have some stuff in the works. So we'll talk about the stuff that's in the works when we actually get it on the books. But we'll have some more listings coming up really soon.
Yeah. So looking ahead to next week, we have a super busy weekend again. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Does anybody have any fun plans for Super Bowl Sunday? We actually get to go to a Super Bowl party that we were invited to. And first, we get to go to an 8-year-old's birthday party prior to Super Bowl Sunday, which I think that was very interesting to have the party on the same day as Super Bowl.
But you know what? It actually works out because that party ends at 2:30. Super Bowl doesn't even start till 3:30.
Oh, perfect.
So I think they were thinking about the Super Bowl,
Okay.
and they're like, "Oh, we'll get it done, and then everybody can go off to their parties, right?" So
Yes.
it's good because then the kids will get all that energy out.
For sure. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And we actually are having another friend dinner on Friday, which is going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to be celebrating one of our really good friends, Sheena's birthday, because it's coming up. And her favorite holiday of all time is Valentine's Day. So
No pressure to her husband's end.
So we're going to have a nice get together. It's all three of our families getting together, but we're also going to celebrate her birthday too. So happy early birthday, Sheena. We love you. And then on Saturday,
Family dinner
and
and a date,
and a play date in the morning with some friends.
Yes.
So that'll be cool. We have another jam-packed weekend, and if Santa Clarita doesn't go pending, you'll have an open house. So a lot of fun stuff packed for the weekend. We hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Do you have any plans? Drop it in the comments for Super Bowl. Is anyone excited about the halftime show? Because sometimes people don't even care about the game.
So we just looked it up. Rihanna is going to be in she's going to be the halftime show.
Yes.
And she doesn't need no side people. She doesn't need no extra names. It's Rihanna all by herself.
Yep. Oh, I'm excited.
She's going to
see
rock
that.
it.
For sure, she
she's
will.
Gonna kill it.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are running out of time. I have to run out of here and go get the kids. Try to get some lunch in between. I don't know how that's going to happen, but it's all good.
No lunch, girl. You don't
No lunch for me. Starve. Go ahead and starve. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. That is going to be our show this week. Thank you again so much for hanging out with us every Wednesday here on Facebook Live. You can catch us weekly at noon on Wednesdays. And we are your hosts, Corey and Chris Silva. We'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.